In this video, I'm going to introduce you to a really neat free software application called Geogebra. And I'm going to show you how you can use it without having to download anything, without having to install anything, and without having to learn any kind of fancy programming skills. All you need is an internet connection and a browser. Now, if you haven't seen Geogebra before, I'm going to show you some Geogebra worksheets. A Geogebra worksheet is just an animation that you can use to explore different math topics. So here's an example of a Geogebra worksheet. This one has to do with equal chords on a circle being equidistant from the center, and notice you can move things around in the animation. I can move the chords around on the circle and see how it updates the length of the chords over here as I change them on the circle. There's also this checkbox here that I can show the length of the distance from the center of the circle, the distance ON and OM, and it updates those also as I move the chords around. So there's one example of a Geogebra worksheet. Here's another one having to do with triangles. And now on this animation, it looks like I can take this triangle and I can kind of drag a copy of this triangle over here and then use this rotate slider down here to rotate the triangle around. And this looks like this is kind of an exploration of the exterior angle theorem of a triangle. And let's take a look at one more. Here is a Geogebra worksheet that has to do with finding the maximum volume of a box that you create by cutting the corners out of a two-dimensional piece of paper. And in this one, I can see I've actually got a graph of the volume function of the box over here along with a picture of the box, and my sliders up here will allow me to adjust different aspects of the picture. There's length and width and the height of the box. I can also, see, I can move my box up here a little bit. I could, if I click on this, it shows the box or removes the box from the picture. There's a neat little slider to let me open and close the box. And it looks like also I've got this little, a spot here on the on my graph that will, when I actually get the maximum value, the maximum volume, then it shows that it puts this little dotted line up on here to indicate that I've found the dimensions that will give me a maximum volume. So that kind of gives you an idea of some things that you can do with Geogebra. Now, these different worksheets, these three different worksheets that I showed you, these are all available at a website called Geogebra Tube. So if you type in the address bar of your browser, www.geogebratube.org, then you can go to this website and you can find a whole bunch of these Geogebra worksheets. And in fact, you can just kind of search through them and find ones that you're looking for. These worksheets are just worksheets that different people have created and posted to Geogebra Tube for anybody to use. So if you go to geogebratube.org, this website here, there's a couple of ways that you can search for different Geogebra worksheets. The first way is you can just use this search bar right here and you can just type in, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for something having to do with triangles, maybe triangle exterior angles, or triangle, I don't know, ortho, center, and hit return, then it's going to show you search results for different worksheets that people have posted that have to do with triangles and orthocenters. And you can look through different ones of these. Say pick one. How about you pick centers of a triangle? And it will take you to this screen. And what you want is this big button right here that says Go to Student Worksheet. You click on that and it's going to load the worksheet into your browser. Wow, this one looks kind of fancy. And if you don't like that one, well, just go back to your search screen and pick another one. Here's another one having to do with triangle exterior angles. I go to that worksheet and I can play around with this a little bit. Now you can also, if you don't want to use the search bar up here, if you scroll down, we're back on the main page here of geogebratube.org. If you scroll down, then you'll see there's an area down here, over here on the right, where it says popular tags, and these are just different categories that people have tagged their worksheets with, and this will give you an idea of different types of worksheets that people are posting on Geogebra Tube. So if you're interested, for example, in things having to do with circles, you just click on the circles tag and it shows you a whole bunch of search results that have to do with circles. And you can take a look at any of these and play around with them. Notice it only shows, it says pages 1, 2, 3, 4, but this has actually got, let's see how many pages. It's got 14 pages worth of search results. So there are a whole bunch of worksheets, a whole bunch of GeoGebra worksheets that have to do with circles. And you can look at any of these and play with them as much as you want. Now, earlier when I said that you don't have to download anything, you don't have to install anything, that's mostly true. Actually, in order to use GeoGebra, you do have to have on your computer something called Java, and most people do have Java already installed and working on their computer. That's what makes it possible for you to view these different animations. And if for some reason you can't view these animations on your computer, it's probably because you don't have Java installed on your computer. And you can check that really quickly by going to java.com. And if you go to java.com, on this main screen right here, down here kind of just below the middle, there's a little link that says, do I have Java? And if you click on that, then it will run, well, actually it comes up and here's a little button right here. It says verify Java version. If you click on that button, then it will run this quick app, and it will tell you, congratulations, you have the recommended Java installed. And if for some reason you don't, then it'll give you a different message that says you don't have Java installed. And in that case, you want to go and download Java, and it will tell you which version of Java you need for your computer, and you just click on here and it will download and install Java, and then you'll be able to view all of the different GeoGebra worksheets.